Miss Glass, thank you so much for meeting with me again to talk about just some feedback that you have on our action research project that I have implemented this school year. We are at the home stretch, and there are three questions that I would like to ask you. The first question is, what are some strengths and weaknesses that were exhibited by me during the process?
A few of the things that would fall under the strengths were your ability to pull the teachers together and allow them to collaborate with you in this process. They were able to give you feedback along the way, what worked, what didn't work. The small chunk rollout that you had, I think, was a strength. You moved the teachers through the process in small chunks so that they can learn how to evaluate student work effectively. And that way they could do it on their own, which was your goal, so that you train, you model and teach and train. They show you their efforts, and then you're able to give feedback, and then they were able to move forward. I think timing would have been one of the weaknesses, only because you had a lot to do in such a short period of time. And you want to make sure that it's something that we're going to continue to carry through for the future. And it was kind of rushed. That was it.
Okay. The second question is, what successes and benefits for students came from the implementation of the plan?
Well, one thing that we know works for students is for you to be able to identify where they've made errors in their work. So when teachers look at their work and they determine some of the miscues or some of the, they do some error analysis, it informs the way that they teach going forward, but it also informs what the students commonly do, how they're going to respond to a question or problem like this, so that students will benefit from the teacher being proactive in the planning and the instruction phase, and they're not making as many mistakes. So I think it helps the students in mastering the skill and the steps in problem solving.
Okay, and finally, what recommendations do you have for the next steps for growth?
I think next steps would probably be to make sure that teachers can follow through on their own without your guidance. So you want to see them in action. You want to see them follow the protocols that you set in place and see how they work those protocols and the results that come from that, and then provide them feedback so that they can do it in other subject areas. They can do it more often during their PLC meetings, and you feel confident that they know how to follow the protocols on their own more independently.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your support throughout this process.
You're welcome.